John Richards. You just found my video because you just keyed in how to increase productivity at work. The first thing you got to do is when you increase productivity at work, you have to know exactly where you're headed. You should have a vision for your life. So if you haven't done that, take the time to sit down and do that. So that'd be the first thing I would do tomorrow. But anyway, what I do is I write a vision down for a minimum of 6 months. But usually about 12 months out. What's my year look like when it's over? And I ought to be able to see a clear picture of that so I know where I'm headed. Okay, then when I plan my day, I always plan my day the day before, the night before. Don't ever get up in the morning and plan your day, because then it's too late. You're already into your day, you're reacting, not creating. You want to be creating, not reacting. Okay? So what I do is I identify the 3 most valuable priorities toward my goals, for that week, that month, that quarter, and then that year. So I'm focused on usually the weekly goal. Now, I focus on actions, not outcomes. I know where I'm headed, but I know it's going to be the actions that takes me there. And one of the things you got to remember, whatever you do today is what creates your future. So when I'm planning tomorrow, I'm thinking that way, okay? And then what I always do is I ask myself what's called a focusing question, so I can identify the one thing, okay? So I say, okay, what's the one thing that I can do tomorrow such that by doing it, everything else will be easier or unnecessary, okay? Whatever that is, you've asked a question that's going to come up with the highest priority for that next day. Then I block that into my calendar. Now, I have a foundational calendar. It's a template of my week, and there's 3 90-minute blocks every single day. Those are uninterrupted times, okay? So I put that first one in there. Then I go back and I ask myself that question again. Once that's completed, what's the one thing I can do tomorrow, such that by doing it, everything else is easier or unnecessary? I block that in. And if there's time, I'll block in the third, because I kind of estimate how long each of these takes. Sometimes I can only get one thing done. Sometimes I can get all 3 things done. But think about it this way. If you identify the 3 top things every single day, just think of what you're going to accomplish. You're not doing busy work. And you've only really blocked out 4.5 hours into your calendar. So you're going to have time to do your email, to return phone calls, and all the other stuff. But during those 90-minute blocks, those are your bubbles assignments. You're not doing anything else but whatever you planned. If it's make outbound calls, you don't answer the phone. Okay? If you're, and you shut the internet off. You eliminate all the distractions. You don't go play on Facebook. You focus on these things. So if you seriously want to be productive, that's what you got to do. Now, I don't know if you're open to looking at something outside of what you're currently doing right now, but you ought to go check and see what I'm doing. I'm an online marketer, and what I'm a part of right now, I'm working with some 7- and 8-figure earners. And this thing has massive income potential. So you ought to go check this out if you're open to looking at something outside of what you're currently doing. Or maybe you're looking for a plan B. So go to this website, www.onlinewithjohn.com, or you can just click the link below and it'll take you right over there. Put in your information, that's going to take you over, and what you'll see is 2 7-figure earners. In fact, one of those guys actually was my sponsor into this business. And they will share exactly what we do and how we do it. So go check that out, and I'll talk to you soon. You have a great day.